May 23rd, 1934, a dusty Louisiana back road. The morning air is still, too still. 6 lawmen crouch in the brush, fingers tight on their triggers. In the distance, an engine's growl. A Ford V8 barrels toward them. Inside, 2 of America's most wanted, Bonnie Parker, Clyde Barrow, lovers, killers, legends. In less than a minute, they'll be dead. But the road to this moment is soaked in blood, betrayal, and a nation's obsession. If you're fascinated by the darkest corners of history, make sure you subscribe to our channel, because today we're going to walk you through the real story of Bonnie and Clyde, without the Hollywood gloss, without the myths, just the truth. The Great Depression. America is broke, angry, and desperate. Banks are foreclosing on farms, families are starving, and crime is on the rise. Out of this chaos emerges a new breed of outlaw, fast, armed, and unafraid to cross state lines. The press calls it the Public Enemy Era. Bonnie Elizabeth Parker was born October 1st, 1910, in Rowena, Texas. Bright, ambitious, and a dreamer, she loved poetry, the stage, and the idea of a bigger life. Clyde Chestnut Barrow, born March 24th, 1909, in Ellis County, Texas, came from a poor farming family. By his teens, he was already stealing cars and cracking safes. When they met in January 1930, it was instant chemistry, a spark that would ignite a 2-year crime spree across the Midwest. After Clyde's release from prison in 1932, the pair wasted no time. They started small, gas stations, grocery stores, but quickly escalated to bank robberies, kidnappings, and murder. They weren't Robin Hood figures. They didn't give to the poor. They robbed to survive, and they killed to escape. By the end of 1932, they'd already left a trail of bodies. Store owner J.N. Booker, Deputy Malcolm Davis, and several others. They preferred the Browning automatic rifle, military-grade firepower stolen from National Guard armories. And they weren't alone. The Barrow Gang included Clyde's brother Buck, Buck's wife Blanche, and teenage gunman W.D. Jones. In April 1933, a police raid on their hideout in Joplin, Missouri, left 2 officers dead. The gang escaped, but left behind rolls of undeveloped film. The photos, Bonnie with a cigar in her teeth, Clyde with his arm around her, turned them into tabloid sensations. America was hooked. Law enforcement across multiple states was humiliated. The gang's mobility, firepower, and willingness to kill made them nearly untouchable. But every robbery, every shootout left clues. Officers began tracking their patterns: family visits, stolen car reports, sightings in rural towns. The turning point came in January 1934, when Clyde orchestrated the Eastham Prison Break, freeing several inmates and killing Major Joe Krausen. This wasn't just another crime. It was a direct attack on the Texas prison system, and it put a target on their backs. Enter Frank Hamer, a legendary former Texas Ranger, relentless, patient, and lethal. Hamer studied the gang's movements for months, learning their habits. He knew they circled through Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana, always returning to see family. But the real twist came from within. Henry Methvin, a gang member, cut a deal to save his own life. He agreed to help set up an ambush, using his own parents' home as bait. There would be no courtroom, no jury, no defense. On the morning of May 23, 1934, the trap was sprung. Methvin's truck was parked on the roadside, a signal to Clyde that it was safe. As the Ford V8 slowed, the posse opened fire. Over 130 rounds tore through the car. Clyde died instantly from a headshot. Bonnie screamed and then fell silent. The bodies were riddled with bullets, so many that the undertaker struggled to prepare them. Crowds swarmed to see the car, to grab souvenirs from the crime scene. In death, Bonnie and Clyde became even bigger legends than in life. They were blamed for at least 13 murders, including 9 law enforcement officers. Their story has been told and retold, glamorized in films, romanticized in songs. But the truth is far darker. They were young, yes. They were in love, yes. But they were also ruthless killers. In the end, Bonnie and Clyde weren't symbols of rebellion. They were a cautionary tale, a reminder that the line between love and destruction can be razor thin. And once you cross it, there's no way back. If you want more true crime stories told without the sugarcoating, hit that subscribe button, because the past is full of shadows, and we're here to walk you through every one of them.